Betsy will get a little buzz on her beeper, which will flash up the telephone number that she needs to call.
What's my morning been like? Now, I
You
do
learned
bring some of this beer back to our apartment, but maybe not much.
back to the motel.
Hopefully. If we made it that far, yes.
Did you attempt to drive?
John would not let her.
Good.
Yeah, if the detective wants to drive, I won't argue.
The detective has not been drinking. He has just been smoking.
Nope, you specifically said that he was drinking more than you thought was humanly possible.
Oh, yeah, we were out smashing bottles. Then we're not driving.
Luckily, this is at a time when taxi cabs were still a thing. One of you knows the number for the taxi company. Probably John.
1-900, get me out of here.
That is too many letters.
It just happens to spell the proper little suffix code inside their phone tree.
Yes. That's how you get them delivered to your spot immediately. Anything else, they're just going to put you through the line to the monkeys on the other end. This will get you a cab.
At some point, probably around 2 or 3 in the morning, you caught a cab back to the motel.
Can I write
Slept.
down where I'm leaving my car so that I know where to get it later?
Yeah, you can also call your backup.
They'll pick up my car for me?
As I seem to know it, these are your men in black.
It might be a little bit degrading.
Yeah, I feel like I respect them too much.
You almost just died recovering your superior's fuck toy.
Yeah, but that was between me and my superior. I've come to realize a lot of people are giving me missions that aren't real lately.
Then, probably mid-morning, you wake up to your beeper.
I
Make
go
me
in black suit mode to do this.
Your head is throbbing, your mouth is parched, your hip is vibrating.
Yeah, I look at it. Can I make out what it says?
It's a phone number.
Boy. I get sat up in the bed and look for a phone.
There's one, yeah. Secure line.
I blindly punch the numbers in as I think about being professional.
Ollie, you're at your lab when you get the call back.
Agent Caldwell reporting.
Oh, hey Betsy, it's Ollie.
Oh, Ollie, you're alive still. Good.
Yeah, I'm at the lab for the day, but I was talking to Agent Gray, and she gave me permission to keep on this investigation with y'all. If you want me, I'll try to do better at the whole not blowing your cover thing and not being a vulgar deviant.
I need to speak with Agent Gray about the case, but I'll let you know where we stand after. But I would love to have your assistance.
Awesome. Like I said, I'm mostly going to be at the lab for today, but was thinking maybe tomorrow we could meet up for coffee.
Sure. Same place as we met the first time?
Yeah. Around noon, maybe 1 if you're not feeling great. You sound a little rough.
The detective and I were up late blowing off steam. I will see you there tomorrow with the detective.
Can't wait.
Speaking of, is the detective here?
Yes,
I'm at Betsy's house.
at the motel.
Motel? Fuck, what?
You were sleeping on the couch.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I don't want to wake the detective if the detective's still asleep.
The phone call will have woken John.
John has one eye open and is holding onto the couch like he's about to fall off. I don't think I'm okay.
You're feeling all right, dehydrated, and busting for a piss.
Do I know where the bathroom is? Can I get to the bathroom in 5 seconds? Oh, wonderful. Pants are down.
It was here that the agents picked up Ollie.
Oh, wonderful. Betsy, how did we get back here?
We took a taxi, detective.
So I
You
wasn't
still
with
have
my
my
ex-wife
keys.
last night.
What about your ex-wife?
So I didn't see my ex-wife last night. That was just a
No,
dream.
we drank a bunch of steelheads and threw them off a bridge.
Oh, okay. That sounds like it was fun. I'm sure that was fun.
I vomit in the trash can.
Looks like it was fun. John will actually do the old man knee slap. Just go, that was nice, Betsy. I know I give you shit. I give you a hard time, but you're cool.
I do my best, detective.
And John will take a swig from a flask on his hip.
Hair of the dog.
Just a nip. Just a nip. Get the day started.
John and Betsy spend the rest of your day in your own ways.
I needed to call Agent Gray.
And I want to
Okay.
look into this cunty person, this Kunthea. Did I hear her whole name?
No, just Kunthea.
Well, that's a unique name.
It is, although mildly difficult to spell.
I think John would have gone with the Khantea, Kunthea.
That is indeed not how it is spelled.
No, John would not think that. No one's name would be spelled that way.
And Betsy is calling Agent Gray.
Yeah, once I stopped throwing up.
Once you use some mouthwash, John will give you a sip from the flask as well. You just gotta stop vomiting for 15 seconds.
General library and few phone calls later, you do pick up that there was a woman named Kunthea who killed her husband back in the 60s. Ostensibly killed her husband. It was a whole big thing, but she was never convicted. No maiden name, just a married name. Kunthea Banks?
No pictures.
Yeah, there's a picture in the newspaper, and they'll give you basically the issue that you can look up on the old microfiche.
And not to be judgmental or racist in any way, but is this woman Asian?
Yeah,
Because I saw the woman on the video. Any news of what happened to her, updates after the trial, anything like that?
no, seemed to stay out of the limelight. Seems to have just taken the fortune and kept
Oh,
living her life.
was it one of those insurance type of things?
There was some insurance, but the man was quite wealthy on his own.
Gotcha.
With no kids, it all went to her. Hence why she was a person of interest in the murder.
You don't say. You happen to have the detectives that worked on that case, any case reports, case files, things like that.
I can give you the number of the place. It'll direct you to another person. Yeah, looking for the case files. Yeah, unfortunately, those were destroyed in a fire back in the, I think, 71, 72. Bunch of documents got burned. It's pretty common back in the day. We're trying to get everything digitized, but it's a slow process.
You have to have a list of who was employed at the time, right?
We certainly did. It was made of paper, unfortunately.
Hard to think that no one remade that afterwards.
They were quite lengthy logs.
I'm not trying to get you goat here.
Got the police chief around the time, but we don't have any employee listings.
Could I get the name of the chief from you, just in case? I know it's been forever, but he might have something to say.
Certainly. I would. Looks like he passed away. 72 as well. Ah, that would explain it. He was in the building when the fire started. Cause of death, smoke inhalation.
How tragic. That's real tragic.
It was the 60s, early 70s, organized crime.
Yeah, that's a really sad story.
Any other questions?
Any family from the husband's side?
The husband's side had parents, but they died a couple of years after the marriage.
And none on hers, I'm supposing?
None in the States. Looks like immigration paperwork says Cambodia.
Thank you very much for your time. And don't get into any fires.
They are taking the asbestos out, so it does have me a little bit worried.
So true.
It's yep. WTD is just in the walkie-talkie. Just go, no, you gotta tell him, man. You gotta tell him. You gotta tell him, man. Shit, it's gonna get in his lungs.
They're taking the asbestos out.
I imagine you have to
That's what-
break it down into small particles to do that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
terrible.
you do. You need an HVAC for that shit.
Huh?
You're some sort of OSHA certified pussy.
The Occupational
the
Safety and Hazard Association existing yet?
This is the 90s. We're too radical for occupational safety.
Yeah, everybody knows that if you don't eat asbestos while you're removing it, that your kids will grow up to be liberals.
That's so true. I heard it once in a dream.
But yes, you managed to go down that rabbit hole, John.
And all it leads to is death and fire.
It does indeed lead to death and fire. Betsy, how did you spend the rest of your day? You're calling Agent Gray.
Yes.
Agent Caldwell?
Do I still work directly under you? Tabitha threatened to have me reassigned, and I need to know if I answer to her or to you.
She doesn't have the authority to get you reassigned, I don't think.
I audibly sigh and say, I have a witness who can place Tabitha Bulsara at the site of the incident at Reed College. I was doing the investigating for her, but I don't think I can turn in the paperwork saying she was there to her, right?
She was at the Reed College at the time of the incident.
One of the children I've been looking into is some sort of werewolf adjacent bird creature. He's in the photos that I was handed to investigate. He claims the group was breaking into the reactor there, powered by werewolf blood. I'm not sure about that part. But he spotted both the missing doctor and Tabitha there doing experiments when they assaulted the reactor, causing the incident at Reed College.
And Tabitha's the one who set you to finding this out.
Yes. I don't know if I wasn't supposed to find that part out, or if I'm still supposed to turn in "you were there when this happened that you're having me investigate" to her.
That is a dilemma. I believe the best course of action would be for me to submit the report myself.
I will type a copy up and have it sent to your server.
Thank you. I will call you back with instructions.
Understood. I always let the boss hang up. The bosses seem to really
Yep.
enjoy doing that, so I always let them have it.
Yep, click.
I type up my report, including pictures of the boy and pictures of the other missing people and the details I have discovered about them, explaining what happened to Bubakar and Tabitha. Is there a way I can walk the physical copy over? My boss is spooked by Tabitha, so I'm willing to drive across town to hand over the floppy disk. Not anyone intercepting this.
There is a mail slot. Yeah. You slip the envelope with the floppy disk in, give the special code knock, and leave. About an hour later, you receive a phone call. Agent Caldwell,
Speaking. Yes?
Captain Bulsara has requested to speak with you.
Oh, I bet.
She seems to have received a promotion for her discovery of the second end of the rift.
Should I be glad I may be getting out of this with my hide intact?
It seems so. I can't say I see the big picture yet, but pieces are being assembled. Figure
Okay.
out the rest for me. Captain Bulsara wishes to speak to the three of you at church. Please report to that particular reality containment zone for the interview.
I'll assemble the other two.
Well, after some finagling, John, you've managed to hunt down your dead ends and fire.
Figures there'd be nothing when vampires are involved.
What has Oliver been doing for the rest of his day? Putzing around the lab?
Oliver has been doing a combination of two things. First, on the way over to OMSI, swinging by, I believe the comic shop is called Things from Another World, out in
Yeah.
Southeast Portland.
Indeed.
Picking up some classic Adam West era Batman comics and doing research and trying my best to make pretty much a utility belt of gadgets. Anti-shark spray, of course. Gotta have a tiny can of the anti-shark spray. A few small shaped explosive charges and a handful of smoke bombs.
Grappling hook?
I think the smoke bombs you can do. The shark spray and the explosives, I'm not so sure about. You can chemically alter things to be different substances, but you're not exactly a bomb technician, not an explosives expert.
I probably couldn't make shaped charges, but I could make
Pipe bomb.
bits of electric. I could just make some pipe bombs. That
Yeah.
is an option.
Could absolutely make some pipe bombs.
But yeah, Scratch the shape charges and the other things, pipe bombs, some smoke grenades, and oh yeah, the bat shark repellent was just going to be like super mace, just very potent mace, like
Okay,
a
okay.
bear spray.
I'm gonna say you probably don't have the engineering
Tools.
know-how to put it in pressurized, but you can put it in a squirt bottle.
Yeah,
You filled it with capsaicin and the thing in mint so that it both burns and freezes at the same time.
Capsaicin and
exactly.
menthol.
Yep,
Methanol.
yep,
Menthol.
Menthol.
yes, capsaicin and menthol. This is what hellfire tastes like.
Why does the hot taste blue?
Tiny little, oh, get up to a lapel flower.
Fuck. Maybe if you were actually a clown.
No, James Bond could get away with it.
I don't know, a flower on the lapel's a little showy for a spy.
You're right. Yeah, just a little cheap Dollar Tree squirt bottle.
All right, so you got your squirt bottle full of a hazardous substance.
I use
Where-
magic to reinforce it so that it doesn't leak.
Yes, it is glued very securely.
My buddy had this can of bear mace that he
Yep.
kept putting in his pocket, and on 3 different occasions got bear mace on his balls, and I just want to avoid that at all costs. I think 2 of the times it was different cans of bear mace.
Where are you putting these?
So I want to get a bunch of bear OMSI shirts, just raid the thing, and in my little satchel, just wrap them so they don't wiggle around too much or anything. And then I want to talk to Veronica about potentially ordering me a cool utility belt, because I'd look sexy in it with nothing else on.
You need to take some points in requisition, but that is a way to do it.
Oh, I have resources. I forget that I can just buy this thing. I can order a custom made belt. We're in Portland before they ran all of the homeless cats off of the street. Can literally walk down to Hawthorne, find one of the homies who works leather and be like, hey, can you make me a sick ass Batman belt? I'll give you $200. And they'll be like, yes, and make the coolest belt anybody's ever seen. They literally sell permits for last Thursday, when last Thursday was just the day that everybody agreed upon, that so homeless people could make money that would last them until the next month's last Thursday. It was literally just a homeless street fair. And now it's something you have to sign up a year ahead of time to be a vendor. And
Oh
then,
my god.
yeah, it costs $100 to get a permit and you have to have an address. Yeah. And now it's illegal to street vend on those streets. That's why you don't see people up and down Hawthorne and Alberta and all those other streets just slinging their crafts. That and the city pushed methamphetamines really heavily into the
That
poor
did help.
communities.
So how high up do you think I have to be to get my own agent name? We've got Agent Gray, Agent Brown, Agent Green. I'm Agent Caldwell.
It's the next level up above you. The colors seem to be supervisors.
But also, weren't there multiple Agent Browns?
I think Agent Brown just showing up.
And you are carrying these pipe bombs on your hip.
The pipe bombs maybe stay in the satchel, but like the smoke bombs and the little Brits bottle, absolutely in the waistband. It's the pink one. You know the one.
Y'all arrive at the rendezvous. And any particular words when you're driving over?
I'm gonna get my car back and ride that over to the detectives and offer him a ride.
Detective will accept.
On
And,
the way to the cafe, I'll explain it's nice living in an apartment for once. The car's all right, but doesn't beat having a shower in the room.
yeah, I hear ya. It's hot running water. It's real nice.
John had to sleep in his car for a while after his wife left him.
A little bit.
And sometimes while they were together because of who he is as a person.
Yeah, we didn't have space for a couch or a doghouse. I was out in the car.
That's sad.
John's life is sad.
You're at the coffee place and pick Ollie up.
I have coffees for y'all already.
John has just the deepest gratitude on his face.
I also have muffins.
Oh my god.
munching the coffee and muffins.
Yes.
And
So much yes.
once I'm in the car, I will show them what's in my bag.
The pipe bomb!
I wrapped them with red construction paper and wrote TNT on them so that they'd look
Oh my
like
God.
old-timey dynamite sticks.
My God.
Are those mundane explosives?
Yes.
Okay, please. And I'll grab one of Oliver's arms to really get his attention. Be careful with these. If something goes wrong when you drink something, you super glue your pants, you do something wrong with these, we all die.
That is a very good.
You can see the Dollar Tree squirt bottle dangling from his hip.
Is there anything else you're carrying that I should be very aware of?
This is no juice.
I grimace and look at the detective. Care to guess, detective?
Not in a million years.
Pray tell, Oliver, what goes into no juice? What's
I'm
in your
glad you-
no juice?
I'm glad you asked. We start with a nice selection of mint and habanero peppers. And you take your bezor. Are you familiar with a bezor? It's a stone harvested from the stomach of a sheep. And then you have your pestle specifically made from 15 super glued skulls of rats.
It's
Mash it in.
magical.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's just capsaicin and mint.
And guts from a sheep?
No, it's just a stone.
Like dinosaurs used to do, where they'd eat stones so that would grind up the food in their stomach?
Yeah, exactly.
Consensus reality. Oof.
Pull up to the church.
Yeah, is it still a crime scene?
It is.
Oh, and on the way there, I want to inform Ollie and Betsy of all of the dead ends I found regarding this group.
If you like, I'll see if that's something we covered up or if it's something someone else covered up.
I would appreciate that greatly.
I write that down to check in the computer later.
Wonderful.
I was kidding about the rat skulls. I just thought it would be funny. I used a regular bowl.
Betsy does look legitimately relieved. Okay, sorry. I had an interview yesterday that shook things up.
Oh, who win?
I pull out the picture and show Oliver the picture of Dick that I took and say a werecrow who was
You mean-
there when the Reed incident occurred.
Was it that big bird looking motherfucker that kicked me in the chest?
I am 99% certain yes.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
I am uncomfortably certain that was the same thing as this 16-year-old boy.
He looks like a sweet kid. I have no desire to ever see that thing again, though. That was horrifying. And also, I think if I hadn't been in that weird, strange goop, I'm pretty sure I would have died. Like, I'm pretty sure my chest would have just caved in and my spine would have snapped. I shot down like a fucking bullet under his feet. I am genuinely impressed that I'm alive.
I imagine consensus reality is very different on the other side of that portal. I heard of a horizon once where to protect people who are training against specific types of extra dimensional entities, everyone is rubbery and resistant to damage. You could throw somebody up against a wall and they'll just bounce back down.
Jeez, that's what it was like. Just couldn't speak.
You've said the
Just,
same thing happened when you were talking to those things when you were at the portal, right?
yeah, yeah, when the weird dude that looked like he should have been dead, when he showed up, I was there, the strange little raccoon man. He was cute. His eyes, violence, though. Then there was Dick. None of us could speak. And there was the weirdest creature, the sun hat alligator's mom. Was that a mess? It's not mine.
Do you mind if I tell your character that everybody in that portal was played by the same player?
No, go for it.
Then I reach a whisper down to Oliver's ear and say, every single one of you who was in that portal, Dick, Theseus, Charles, and yourself, are all played by the same player.
Ollie, you get a vague buzzing in your head, you taste purple, and then you hear that.
Fuck. See, I don't think I could explain it very well, but I think it's vitally important that I'm kept away from the bird poison. And if Jude ate Terry or Theseus, then I might also need to be kept away from Judas.
Thing you saw in the portal?
Can I roll to lie and say yes?
Betsy, you know he's lying. John, you're not sure whether to believe him or not.
I look at you a little sternly, but there's some technocratic bullshit going on in the back of her head, so she doesn't press you on it.
It is at this moment that you start kicking yourself because you forgot to write the report in such a way that it made you look really bad, so you'd get socially processed.
Huh! I did that really competently! Shit!
What?
Oh, nothing.
Just lamenting lost dreams.